Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Strife's Sanctum podcast. My name is Citizen Strife, and this week I'm doing a couple of shorter scale episodes because these next topics are things I've either covered before or just things that probably won't require too much thought. Too much thought being Golden Boy. This was an anime done 30 years ago at this point. Holy crap. I first saw it about, I want to say 15 or 20 years ago at the very least. Probably back when I was just starting with like streaming stuff. I saw it, and it's one of a kind in a weird way. Whether that's good or bad depends on your inclination. But the story, if you could call it that, is this guy named Kentaro Oe, voiced, I want to say it was Doug Smith. Again, these were very, very, very long ago. The actors for this show, in the dub version at least, are mostly the actors who did the original Eva stuff. So that's how far back we're going. So Kentaro is known as a freeter, some dork right out of college or high school or whatever, who goes around just doing odd jobs for like a month and then doing other things. It's actually a great concept, which I kind of wish was used more often in different things. I mean, I've seen shows where, like Kino's Journey and Mushishi and such, where you do different things episodically, but you're not doing different occupations. You're mostly just observing different things in different episodes. It would be a cool idea if expanded upon and done more. Like, in more dramatic purposes. This was played more for just stupid, screwball, sleazy comedy. And that's kind of what you're getting here. Kentaro is fucking goofy. And that really lends itself either to being very good or very bad. Again, this is up to personal preference. I think the perverted nature of the show and the fact that in its 6 episodes, all he really does is go around meeting different girls and sniffing their toilets or putting his face on their toilets is par for the course of what you're expecting. Yes, he puts his face on women's toilets. Don't ask me. So that's a sign already if you're going to go for this sort of thing or not. What's weird, though, isn't so much the people he meets or the jobs he does. It's that despite the weird perversion and just the screwball comedy nature of it, he actually has some decent, like, traits to him. Like, he's willing to help kids. He's willing to just learn things that he's never learned before. He is a very go-get-him. He doesn't really need to be kind of whipped into shape to do a thing. He's willing to help out. And even if he's on like the lower end of the totem pole, he's looking to like do everything. And whether that's to get closer to the girls or not, I don't know. But he's got this like goodness streak in him, which elevates this show way more than it should. If it was just about, oh hey, there's this lady with big tits, oh hey, there's another lady with big tits who's taunting him, oh there's this girl who's honestly a good normal person who's getting caught up in a situation. So every episode has different girls doing different things. He's always finding a solution to the problem or doing something for the greater good of these people. It's weird because you would not expect that. You would expect this guy to be a Beavis and Butthead type idiot, and he's not an idiot. And that's why I always remember it, despite how just kind of low rent it is. It is a 6-episode show. I would say, I'm trying to think, which ones were my favorite? Episode 4 is probably the best, because this is one where he's swimming with the swimming coach, and he's challenged to a swimming thing. They put him in the pool just to test him swimming, and he's all gung-ho about it, and his reactions to being in the water for the first time are just amazing. After that, I would say episode 1 and episode 5 Episode 5 is great because the mechanism of how the lady is this socialite, wealthy person, and yet she has this double life is great. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers because these are sight gags you have to see to believe. Like chase sequence with her and the kid on his bike is just, or the dude on his bike is great. I would say episode 2 and 1 are both kind of in the same vein after that. You might enjoy 1 more so than 2 because Madam President, again, is a scantily clad woman in an all-computer firm, and she just has this very outlandish appearance, and it gives you a sense of what the show is going to be. 2 is about this political race that he's helping out doing, stuff at the end of the campaign, but he's also tutoring a girl. She plays him for a fiddle, only to find out that, yeah, he's a decent guy. You kind of shouldn't have done that. And then the other episodes are about this ramen shop owner who's got this girl who's, being courted by this really sleazy dude who's voiced by the dude who did the original Gendo Ikari, if that says anything. Like, okay, if you're going to have an actor portray somebody with either sleaze or malintent, it would probably be that guy. Not saying anything personally, it's just he has the voice for that sort of thing. And then 6 is about an animation studio. It kind of brings everything together. It's not much, realistically. Again, this show is all about seeing Kentaro in stupid situations with really nice looking girls or hot girls at the same point, and either perving them, trying to perv them, trying to learn his thing, learn his craft, and actually do good, which again is helping the show not be completely shit. And then a lot of the sight gags and jokes are actually kind of funny. So it's one of those things where you're not going to be going in expecting high art. Don't do that. But if you're looking for like just some random 6-episode show to kill time, you could do much worse. I mean, there was a show, oh god, it was something called Colorful. And anybody who saw like G4 or Tech TV would remember how shitty that was. This is a much more well thought out version of that gag. Because Colorful was completely fucking garbage. This at least has a character who you either really resonate with and his comedy, or you despise. And it could depend on how young you are, what mood you're in. Again, I don't rewatch this very often. I have to be in kind of the mood for it. But whenever I am, I end up getting pleasantly surprised that I have enjoyed it for what it is. But I think everybody would enjoy it if they're in the right mindset for something really stupid. But that'll do for this episode. Like I said, I'm putting this with a second episode I'm recording after this, so this will go in 2 weeks. But I just wanted to get this one out there because, again, there's not a whole lot to say about this one, but I did my best. So we'll get to the second episode, which will be Spice and Wolf, Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf, and it should be coming up next.